All right, it's the rundown. It is our annual Cyber Monday set here, as that'll be tonight, 7 o'clock. Bye. Our salaries don't pay ourselves. Keep that in mind. Maybe mine. But we got a million people here. We appreciate the support. Check it out. We're going to do the live telethon, I don't know, 4th, 5th year doing it. Oh! There you go. But the rundown first, brought to you by High Noon. Real vodka, real juice, perfect drink for college football, watch party, tailgate, ski mountain, lodge, anything. The best tasting vodka soda on the market, not the malt crap. Check out the limited edition tailgating pack with new flavors, pear and cranberry. Head over to your local liquor store and get some today. High Noon. All right. Got Big T. We got to have, and I almost didn't know, Ev, whether to even have you on this particular rundown because we have the college football show coming up. You're going to get it there. You got it all day, Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Yes!
Oh, man. What a play.
Wow. Great. We invite Big T, college football guy, but we got to start, with the most obvious thing. And maybe the reason we need you, this gift that came out late of you, Big Baby, stomping. But Michigan just taking total power in this rivalry. A rivalry that had been dominated by Ohio State for a decade, a little more, now firmly in the hands of the Wolverines. Ohio State people left, I guess, utterly hopeless, crushed, dominated. It's not just that you lost, they quit. Huge play after huge play, total domination in the second half. I think we've said everything that we can possibly say, and you've admitted that you're broken.
Oh yeah, we're hurt pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's tough to swallow. I mean, obviously, I think it's definitely worse than last year. Not even the game itself went different, but sort of the same. I mean, I don't know. Like the first.
What do you say about? I read articles. I don't know if you've seen it. There's this like Ohio kid, who's like a lineman. I think he's a 3 or 4 star, and he's like, Ohio State has gotten so cocky with their recruiting, like they go after all these, the LA, the California guys or the Florida guys, and the Ohio guys are 2nd, 3rd, 4th fiddle. So he's like, I went to the game. They treat me like trash. They're waiting to hear whether these fancy finesse offense type kids who don't know the first thing about cold weather, that don't know the first thing about the rivalry, that don't know the first thing about being a bully. They want the flash and the pomp. And they're waiting because you only have so many scholarships. So the fancy finesse, which I told you guys are a finesse team, can't take a punch in the mouth. And this kid's like, listen, I was there for an Ohio State visit. They're so disrespectful, I'm going to Michigan. Now he's like, I'm a bully. I like what Michigan's doing. They're respecting the Midwest. They're respecting the Big Ten. They play punchy in the football. I don't need guys from California and Florida to wait my turn at Ohio State. And Ohio has turned maize and blue.
I mean, the physicality in the California kids might have. I mean, there might be something to that. I mean, it's definitely been. I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but I mean, it's definitely. We definitely have focused a lot on California, Texas. Not that Texas has played smash mouth football, but I mean, they're clearly
live, die, sleep like these Michigan kids. They woke up. They said, "We're going to brutalize Big T."
No, but
we're going to brutalize this team who is soft, finesse. And you,
no, but
CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud, he doesn't even seem like he gives a damn.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's
2
nonsense.
games. Well, if he did, he'd come back, but he's a coward because he won't.
No, he's going to leave because he's going to be the #1 pick in the draft.
Well, maybe have some pride and try to beat Michigan once.
Listen, no, but see, to blame him, there's lots of blame. I don't think he's at the top of the list. Even as a football guy, I mean, he wasn't.
Well, I just know me. If I hate somebody like Poison, they beat me twice, I'm not leaving on that note. I don't leave on those notes. Michigan men don't. We come back.
Well, I mean, you did it for 20 years
now
straight.
We're going in the past.
I mean, that was
I was
your
in
words.
college for 10 years, yeah. I mean, it goes cyclical. You're out.
No, I mean, no. The in-state definitely is, I think, something to do with it. Because I mean, I was talking to Troy Smith earlier today, and
Troy Smith. I saw him.
No, but I'm being serious.
That picture, right?
No, but I do think there's something to going off what you said, where a California kid, he wasn't born in this weather. He wasn't born into the rivalry. A lot of the guys back then, like Like Troy Smith, I'm pretty sure he's from Cleveland. Like he's a guy that's like he grew up Buckeye, Scarlet, and Gray. Like he grew up with the inherent rivalry built into him prior to him even attending Ohio State. I do think there is something to that.
I saw Jim Harbaugh. They asked him. We planted the block M, the logo of Michigan. We planted it midfield at the shoe. We ran. And people asked, "Do you think that was disrespectful?" He said, "I want to put it in a museum." That's what Harbaugh said. Put that flag in a museum.
It should be disrespectful, though. Like, they've taken it, and now they've finally taken control.
Big T, you don't have kids, right?
I do not.
If you did, a hypothetical, would you have let him watch or her watch that fourth quarter, or was it too brutal for the eyes?
I saw the video. It was tough. I mean, they were getting
after a big play. Would you let your kids watch that, or was that too violent? Was that too graphic?
They were getting killed. It was
like NC-17. Was that fourth quarter? Was that an NC-17 fourth quarter?
I feel bad. It was bad. It was bad.
How do you feel, Big T? Because, I mean, you were one massacre away. I guess the quarterback's hurt from being in the playoffs.
Yeah, it sucks. But, I mean, our win total, I think, was 7.5. We went 10-2.
So you're happy?
Seems like we should have some sustained success. So,
yeah, good coach. What do you think Ohio State? Well, that had to be an error, right? The graphic that ESPN put up.
That was
I think it was
outrageous.
a troll. It was a troll.
Yeah.
ESPN trolls now?
But I do so.
ESPN trolls now?
I mean, I think 88%. I think so. I think that 88% is obviously high.
Buckeye Brandon agrees.
I mean, no. But I do listen, and this is I think partly, admittedly, by default with everyone else being so bad. I mean, if USC wins, Ohio State's going to be in the playoff, whether people like that or not. If USC loses. Excuse me. If USC loses, Ohio State, I believe, will 100% be in the playoff. If TCU loses, I think it depends how they lose. They also might be in the playoff. I mean, whether people agree with that or not, I think it's legitimately true. Like us having better chance at TCU is clearly wrong, and USC clearly wrong.
I thought maybe they just reverse Ohio State USC.
The only thing is that they're both those games. They're both small spreads. So obviously Vegas is saying there's a decent shot, even they both could lose. That would be.
Would you want them in?
Yeah. How could I say I don't want them in?
Because that's rewarding incompetence, I guess.
Well, it's not rewarding incompetence. I mean, no. Well, it's not rewarding incompetence.
It is in a way.
But plenty of teams have lost games and come back and won national championship.
I actually don't think. I think it should be set and minus a major blow. In fact, I said this. If I was Michigan, I wouldn't play anybody important. I don't care if we win the Big. We already won the Big Ten. I don't care if we lose that game. We're already in.
But do you want to be 4?
I don't care. I playing Georgia. You got to beat them one way or the other, and probably.
No, it's true. Care. It's true. But
what if your quarterback is hurt?
No, it's fair. No, it's a fair point.
There's nothing to gain. They're in. Michigan.
I think you still obviously. I think maybe you're not sick guys, but you take it easy with them. Obviously, a Corm's not going to play.
Yeah, he definitely.
Obviously, he's not going to play.
I wouldn't play anybody important. What is the point? It literally doesn't matter. Sometimes the champion, and that's my other point. To be honest, I don't think USC or TCU, because I don't think you should be penalized for having to getting to your championship game.
But USC with 2 losses, I think that matters.
Yeah,
and to the same team.
Yeah, but it's that's because they had the opportunity to play an extra game. If Ohio, it's Ohio State doesn't play an extra game because they didn't get there.
That's a fair point, but I also think
conference champ.
But I also think Ohio State's resume would be better as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
All this changes when the USC and UCLA join the Big Ten and Texas and Oklahoma join the SEC. We get rid of these dumb divisions. And then the championship game would be Michigan and Ohio State again. You'd get another chance.
That's also
Tennessee
true.
would be in the SEC championship game if it wasn't LSU.
But even that is a degree of lameness to me.
I mean, you get
if we just beat Ohio State and Columbus, we gotta go turn around play that.
I think that's reasonable. But I mean, but it's just
how many times do we have to beat your brains in before you get the message?
We'll see. I mean.
How many times do we have to do it? How many runs do we have to break for 80 yards in the fourth quarter and watch your team lie down and quit?
I mean, let's just see if it would happen again.
Little boys across Michigan and Ohio have to color out, Daddy, murder, 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 turn the channel. It's enough. What do you think of Luke Fickell?
I mean, obviously he's a good coach. It's a good hire for them. I mean, I think Dan's doing a little victory lap a little early.
Is it a problem for Ohio since he probably recruits Ohio?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's that big of a problem. Like I said, I'm a fan of him. I think he's a good coach. Like, I have nothing bad to say about him.
I saw somewhere that like Ohio State used to have such a gate on Ohio. Like if you didn't get recruited, Tressel, like if you didn't go to Ohio State, he sent you to like Cincinnati or Fickle. It kept everybody in state. It's gone.
I mean, no, we obviously need to make some changes with the way we're recruiting, but
yeah. South Carolina, hot team, big wins. Let's move. I mean, they're one of the hottest teams in the country right now.
That was another thing that, I mean, Clemson, considering the way things shook out, Clemson, even though I don't think they deserved it regardless, and I think they're bad regardless, they had a legitimate shot to get in the playoff.
100%. They're terrible. Don't forget, Cyber Monday tonight, 20% off site-wide. Shop over 300 new items on the store. 300 new items. We'll be doing the whole Cyber Monday, obviously, on the set. Store.barstoolsports.com. One more college. The pit lineman who went crazy on his head.
Psychopath.
Now, how was he not dead?
He'd done that before.
But how does any human do that and not bleed, not fall down, not because, and his teammate, the reaction on the bench, were like, oh, like that actually makes you respect how crazy like football players are. Like what, like this guy, I've watched it 100 times. How is he doesn't, and he just puts his helmet on. This is
He's going
crazy.
full force too.
That's the guy who like smashes his head into the locker before the game.
But what's his? Then he should be a boxer. You can't hurt him.
I mean, he
That's
goes
nuts.
free, full force.
Those are hard shots.
It's as hard as you can go.
I mean, he's probably just done it so many
I like
times.
slaps that number 5 new. He's like, no, take the helmet away.
And every teammate.
Crazy.
But I mean, I think I'd want that guy on my defensive line, no?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to spend any time probably around him when he's upset.
I want to know what he's saying to this guy before he does that. Because they're like smiling, kind of.
Even the one guy should he
Yeah,
slaps
he's like,
him
I better
away.
get
He's
that
like,
helmet away. Mincy, what do you want?
I just want to say
Mincy,
Lane Kiffin staying at Ole Miss after Brandon Walker reported for 2 months he was going to Auburn.
Yeah, that was a miss by Walker and all the people who reported it, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody acting like it was a stepping stone job. Auburn.
I said to Brandon, I think in the end you had a better weekend than he did. Despite losing the Egg Bowl, you keep the coach.
Yeah, I'd trade the Egg Bowl loss to keep Lane there. And if 8-4 is a bad season at Ole Miss, it could be worse. But
yeah, no, I think you keeping him keeps them very relevant. If you lose him, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. And Brandon owes me $100 for Lane not going to Auburn.
$100?
Yeah, we did $100 on Pick
Make
Central.
sure he pays that.
Yeah, I just wanted known that Ole Miss, Lane staying there. I wanted to make sure that got mentioned.
All right, Mincy, that's Mincy from the cheap seats. I'm not exaggerating, by the way. I do think that is if you said all things, they can win the Egg Bowl, he leaves, or lose the Egg Bowl, he stays. I'd say lose the Egg Bowl, he stays.
no, I would probably agree. I don't know who, because I agree with you. I don't know where they turn. Who's the next head coach of Ole Miss?
Yeah,
Big time. That's
You're
like
an SEC
it'd
guy,
be
what
like
do you
a.
Auburn's kind of in a mess right now because then they were talking about Hugh Freeze.
That's shocking to me.
Now that's apparently moving off the table, and they don't know where they're going to go after that.
No, I think it is. I think they're still talking though. I think it is happening.
I think they were surprised at how much blowback they got, which is shocking to me. Because if you're going to hire Hugh Freeze, you better be prepared that
Yeah,
like, people aren't going to be
100%.
happy with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going to go from here. I think I think we've passed the baton to them as the dysfunctional program in the SEC, which
fair.
feels nice. It's not
Anybody who would get Dion would be a home run hire. I
think
believe
so,
that.
too.
You think there's you think Colorado real interest?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I don't know whether he has the interest going there, but I think the reports offer the job.
Oh no, Colorado sounds like very into it.
Yeah,
which I think is smart by them.
Yeah, if I was Dion, I don't know that I'd want like Colorado right now, Big 12. That's probably good. Like, I feel like Dion would be perfect in like an old UNLV basketball situation where it's like you don't have to go into one of these Power 5 conferences necessarily and run the gauntlet playing every single week. You go in maybe an ACC or a Big 12 or even a Mountain West and you recruit up like how he's doing now and you just create a powerhouse where your guys are always fresh and you can compete for a national championship. I think that's a great fit. It's tough to go every single week in those conferences. Maybe he wants it. I don't know. He'd be great anyway.
I saw another one that said USF, which kind of fits that bill.
Correct.
That would fit the bill.
Dominate at USF.
It's close. It's like half hour from Miami. It's in that big hotbed of talent,
honestly,
obviously.
If Miami is smart, and I think it's
Yeah.
early in Cristobal, they'd be like, see a Cristobal, here comes Dion. He anywhere in Florida, he's going to crush.
I mean, stick it to his Florida State.
Florida
It would be
State.
kind
And
of crazy.
they're playing pretty well, so Norvell's not going anywhere. NFL, I don't know. I don't know if we got anything big. Your team got smushed on Thursday, was it? No. No, am I wrong?
On Thursday, yeah, we played on Thursday. The Giants, yeah.
Patriots got screwed. Terrible refs. Touchdown they call back. That the ball never hit the ground. Sean Taylor statue unveiled.
Just not a statue.
That was
just not a statue.
Not a statue.
Just a mannequin with his jersey uniform on it.
It's crazy because all the negative shit. There it is. It's like that's just
no statue.
That's a pro shop.
You
walk
you
by
just put the uniform with his number on
Nike jersey, Reebok pants, and Adidas soccer cleats on it as well.
Every pro shop in America has that display. It's crazy because the Commanders are pretty good on the field right now. They're like
playing really
great
well.
football, but they're still the laughing stock of the league. There was a skunk in the crowd in Cleveland. I don't get that. Did someone bring the skunk in? How'd this happen, Jeff D'Lo?
I don't know. I was so invested on hearing Stephen Shea the entire game. No, that is pretty low. That's a
Imagine. I went to the Browns game. I got skunked.
Just being there in general
skunked?
is a very low feeling.
He had to have tried to, unless he was, someone did as a joke. And can't you take the skunk out of a skunk?
There's just like
because if he's got a skunk, people are getting skunked. He's not like just casually being like not skunking people.
And you had the person doing the donuts on the field earlier in the week, which apparently the Buccaneers player slipped on one of the tracks. So
yeah,
working
they
out
said
great.
it was okay. This had to be a de-skunk skunk.
Like a domestic skunk.
You can de-skunk a skunk.
Yeah.
Because a skunk is very easily agitated and obviously it would just skunk your ass. Imagine that. I do think death is on the table if you get skunked at a Browns game.
Absolutely. I mean, again,
it's like just walk right.
I was there this year. I watched them blow a 14-point lead in 1 minute. You were already miserable, so.
They did win. And then Sean McVay got absolutely demolished on the sideline.
Crazy. He was legitimately like wobbled.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, how can you not see stars?
Massive shot.
Anything else you guys want to add for the NFL?
Did y'all see Darrell Taylor, Seahawks guy? He just ran onto the field thinking the play was over.
Oh,
and
yes.
He realized he was not supposed to be on the field and just started blocking people.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was very
Tennessee guy. He was, he definitely. He thought the play was over, runs out onto the field, realized the play is not over, and is like, well, instead of running back, he's just going to
tried to help. I guess if you're out there, when in Rome.
Yeah, he just celebrated and like didn't realize that the play was continuing.
That was a crazy game. That was Jersey Jerry's mortal luck. And Rodgers got injured. All right, let's move along. World Cup. I'm into the World Cup. Are you guys?
Oh yeah.
Not too much.
Are you always a soccer guy?
Yeah.
This USA. I mean, you want to talk about bitter rivals. Us versus Iran.
We thought England was the big rivalry game.
England's like a friendly rival,
yeah,
right?
This is like they want us dead and like removed from the World Cup.
They're literally already complaining. We posted their flag and altered it, I guess. We took like
the Islamic regime symbol.
Yeah, we took it out. They didn't like that. They're like issuing a complaint with FIFA, like FIFA gives a fuck about anything. But yeah, this is a big game. U.S. has to win to advance. They can't tie. A lot of people throwing that term around, they're going to park the bus, which means just pack it in because if Iran ties, they move on, most likely. But the games will be going on the same. I'm very excited. I'm all in. I enjoyed watching the USA-England game. We all saw our boy troops celebrate a tie, begging for the whistle. That was great. But yeah, I can't wait. 2 o'clock World Cup. I feel like if you have an ounce of American pride, you're really going to – this is a big-ass game.
You were right when you said not to celebrate a tie. We played really well, so like that was something.
We could easily be 2-0.
We should have beaten them 2-0.
And we should have won the first game against
Absolutely,
Wales.
yeah. I mean, we should be through already.
A little rule, I think a penalty shot should be only half a goal. You play so much. And then like a guy gets like
killing.
tripped in the box, and it's like or move it back, make it harder to score a penalty shot.
Such a dumb penalty.
Like I could score a fucking penalty. It's like too easy. It's like you do all this shit, and the games are decided on penalty shots.
Or you also suggested that the goalie team should be up for half a point as well if they save it.
Yeah, we threw that around like that.
Okay.
That the goalie gets a point if you save it.
So half a goal one way or the other.
And then you can decline it, obviously, because teams could start being like intentional.
Just intentional handballs and shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just some thoughts for the soccer people out there.
That's something the MLS would have tried in like 2003.
I mean,
That'd be
who
wild.
hasn't tried anything? Hockey's tried everything. Laser pucks. Sticking with a little soccer. So Canelo basically said if he sees Messi in the streets, he's going to fuck him up because he accused Messi of wiping the Mexican flag on the floor of the locker room. I don't know if there's been an update on this, but it appears, from what I've gathered, I did the research because I'm a soccer head, as they call it now. It appears that Messier did a jersey swap at the end of the game, and that was a jersey, not a flag, and like he just put it down while he was taking his shoes off and kind of kicked it by accident, but it didn't seem like he was like wiping his ass with the Mexican flag. I think Canelo may have overreacted a little bit.
Yeah, my understanding was that they put all the laundry on the floor to get washed, and he
And it wasn't a flag.
Oh, I see. It
was a jersey.
It's just
It
sitting
was a
there.
jersey swap.
Yeah.
Guy
got Canelo
loves
in that
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking with fights, Terrell Owens beat a guy up outside CVS. I just put that in there because shout out our good friend Buddha Ben, who does not want anybody going to CVS after they profiled him for being a weed guy.
He was hoodie profiled.
Yeah, he was hoodie profiled. He was followed around. He was, in fact, shopping for papers, I think, to roll his weed. But
I believe he was getting a spray for the apartment.
correct. So they were right that he was shopping for weed products, but he wasn't stealing them. So, if you go in CVS, you deserve to get beat up. T.O. seems like the type of guy who would get in a fight outside CVS.
And he's still jacked, too.
Yeah, and he
still thinks he could play in the league right
I
now.
think he's celebrity box, too. And trained.
He's definitely a guy that would.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about what this guy said? That
It sounded like he was just harassing everybody, not just.
I mean, he's
specifically
straight
T.O.
like squared up with him.
Yeah, he knocked him down pretty good. So again, though, CVS for all those people at home, if you are a fan of Barstool and Buddha Ben, please do not go to CVS. Walgreens, you can get all your needs there. Paddy the Baddy went super viral because his dog pooped on somebody's lawn who had one of those ring things, and he rang the bell asking if they had a poop bag. And the lady recognized Paddy. They got the accent. Paddy's getting hailed as a real gentleman, scholar, hero for not just leaving the poop.
Hello?
Hello, look, my dog's just had like a sloppy shit outside. I was just wondering if you got some water. I don't want to leave it outside the front
Paddy
path.
the Baddy? Ah!
It is.
I'm 5 minutes away from home. Don't worry, I'll clean it.
It's just, like, you sure? I feel terrible. You know what I mean?
No, it's all right.
It's just had a proper sloppy shit, and I can't even pick it up with a poo bag. Know what I mean?
Don't worry, I'll clean it when I get in.
Thank you very much once again. I'm sorry about that. I hate doing stuff like that. That's why I knocked on.
Go on, I'll see you later. Ta-da.
Fun.
What does that say? 6.5 million views. Paddy just continued to go viral.
It's the way he says he's a sloppy shit.
Yeah,
He's
perfect.
He needs some hose, looking for to hose it down or
He
something.
should invoice Ring.com. Little known fact. I'm throwing out facts. Ring.com, #1 biggest company ever to appear on Shark Tank.
and they all turned it down.
No
Turned it
shit.
down. It was under a different name at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all turned it down.
Wow.
It's like a bazillion-dollar company now.
Yeah.
That's all I got. We have Cyber Monday, the telethon. We do really, truly appreciate anything you buy. It goes a long way. Advertisers come and go. What lets us be us is obviously people buying direct. So there you go. Tune in. Hopefully there you go. There's the rundown. Thank you, guys.